Namaste Saraswati Devi. Nildi Sesha Sanaladi. Krishna Chaitanya Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Hare Rama Krishna Srimati Sarana Vakakara Divachalam Atithatavan Mande Pavananda Vadalam Hare Tatsat.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to the class today again. Today we are continuing from the compilation of the Sri Krishna Chaitanya book. Today's chapter is entitled Kalidasa smears the dust from the footprints of Jhaḍu Ṭhākura all over his body. Under the section, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tastes nectar from the lips of Lord Sri Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Lila, chapter 16, text 1.
স্বয়ং আচরণপূর্বক ভক্তি শিক্ষাদাতা গৌরের প্রণাম।
Translation to the verse, let me offer my respectful obeisances unto Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who personally tastes the nectar of ecstatic love for Krishna, and then instructed his devotees how to taste it. Thus, he enlightened them about ecstatic love of Krishna to initiate them into transcendental knowledge.
Lord Chaitanya, he not only the nectar of Krishna Prema.
So Lord Chaitanya, he not only tasted the nectar of Krishna Prema,
Ecstatic love for Krishna.
Of ecstatic love for Krishna.
He gave that to his followers.
He gave that to his followers.
And they could also taste it and rejoice.
They could also taste it and rejoice. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Lila, chapter 16, text 3.
নীলাচলে ভক্তগণ সহ প্রভুর লীলা এই মত মহাপ্রভু রহেন নীলাচলে ভক্তগণ সঙ্গে সদা প্রেম বিহব বলে
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thus stayed at Jagannath Puri in the association of his devotees, always merged in ecstatic devotional love.
Lord Chaitanya was showing by his practical example how he absorbed an ecstatic love of Krishna.
So Lord Chaitanya was showing by example, his practical example, how to be absorbed in ecstatic love for Krishna.
This was his special activity in Jagannath Puri.
This was his special activity in Jagannath Puri. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Lila, chapter 16, text 4.
পরবর্ষে রথযাত্রা উপলক্ষে গৌরীয় ভক্তগণের পুরীতে আগমন বর্ষান্তরে আইলা সব গৌরের ভক্তগণ পূর্ববৎ আসি কইল প্রভুর মিলন।
The next year, as usual, all the devotees from Bengal went to Jagannath Puri. And as in previous years, there was a meeting between Sri Mahaprabhu and the devotees.
One year, His Royal Highness Jhaḍu Maharaj
One year, His Royal Highness Prataparudra Maharaj
was watching all the devotees from Bengal arriving in Jagannath Puri.
was watching all the devotees from Bengal arriving to Jagannath Puri.
He was asking, who is who?
He was asking who is who.
Ramananda Rai was telling him the name and identity of each of those devotees.
And Ramananda Roy was telling him the names and the identity of each of those devotees.
Now there's Advaita Goswami
So you're saying there is Advaita Goswami,
and glorify one after another to identify each of the devotees.
and glorify, and Ramananda Roy, he would identify each of the devotees.
So, Prataparudra Maharaj, he was saying these devotees appear very effulgent.
And Prataparudra Maharaj, he was saying these devotees appear very effulgent.
He wanted to do some seva for devotees.
And he wanted to do some seva for the devotees.
Arranged for place for each of the devotees to stay.
And he arranged a place for each of the devotees to stay. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya-lila, chapter 16, text 4.
Next. Yes.
Text 5.
Go-
Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya-lila, chapter 16, text 5.
গৌড়ীয় ভক্তগণের সহিত কালিদাসের আগমন। তা সবারও সঙ্গে আইল কালিদাস নাম, কৃষ্ণ নাম বিনা তো হে নাহি কহে আন।
Along with the devotees from Bengal came a gentleman named Kālidāsa. He never uttered anything but the holy name of Krishna.
So, this year, Kalidasa was with the devotees.
So this year, Kālidāsa was with the devotees.
He's a very great devotee of Krishna. We'll hear something about him.
He's a very great devotee of Krishna, and we will hear something about him. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya-lila, chapter 16, text 6.
কালিদাসের গুণ, মহাভাগবত তেহ সরল উদার, কৃষ্ণ নাম সংকেতে চালাই ব্যবহার।
Kālidāsa was a very advanced devotee, yet he was simple and liberal. He would chant the holy name of Krishna while performing all his ordinary dealings.
So, he would constantly chant the holy name.
So he would constantly chant the holy name.
This is the recommendation that we should chant Hare Krishna constantly.
So this is the recommendation that we should chant Hare Krishna constantly.
Kalidasa was doing that.
So Kālidāsa was doing that. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya-lila, chapter 16, text 7.
কৌতুকেতে তোহে যদি পাশক খেলায়, হরে কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ করি পাশক চালায়।
When he used to throw dice in jest, or it might be chest, he would chant Hare Krishna while throwing the dice. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. In this connection, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur warns the men of this age not to imitate the jesting of a Mahabhagavat like Kālidāsa. If someone imitates him by playing with dice or gambling while chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he will certainly become a victim of offenses unto the holy name. As it is said, Harinama Bale Papa Pravritti. One must not commit sinful activities on the strength of chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. While playing with dice is certainly gambling, but it is clearly said here that Kalidasa did this only in jest. A Mahabhagavat can do anything, but he never forgets the basic principles. Therefore, it is said, Tandra Vakya Kriya Mudra Vigyeha na Bhujya. No one can understand the activities of a pure devotee. We should not imitate Kālidāsa.
So this Kalidasa is described as Mahabhagavat.
So this Kālidāsa is described as a Mahabhagavat.
And in jest, he would sometimes throw dice.
In jest, he would sometimes throw dice.
But he was very committed to serving Krishna.
But he was very committed to serving Krishna.
We should not imitate him.
So we should not imitate him, but we should not imitate him
And gamble or throw dice.
and gamble or throw dice.
This is what he was very much committed to serving Krishna.
He was very much committed to serving Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Lila, chapter 16, text 8.
বৈষ্ণব সৃষ্ট ভাগ কালিদাসের পূর্ব পরিচয়। রঘুনাথ দাসের দেহ হয় জ্ঞাতি খুড়া, বৈষ্ণবের উচ্ছিষ্ট খাইতে তোহে হইলা বুড়া।
Kālidāsa was an uncle of Raghunath Das Goswami. Throughout his entire life, even in his old age, he tried to eat the remnants of food left by Vaishnavas.
To eat food left by Vaishnavas is called as Mahaprasad.
To eat food left by Vaishnavas is called Mahaprasad.
So he would see how he could eat Vaishnavas remnants.
So he would see how he could eat Vaishnava's remnants. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Lila, chapter 16, text 9.
মহাসৌভাগ্যবান কালিদাসের বৈষ্ণবে অদ্বিতীয় সেবা প্রবৃত্তি হেতু মহাপ্রসাদে বিশ্বাস। গৌরদেশে হয় যত বৈষ্ণবের গণ, সবারও উচ্ছিষ্ট তোহে করিল ভোজন।
Kālidāsa ate the remnants of food of as many Vaishnavas as there were in Bengal.
I mean, Kālidāsa had such faith in the Vaishnavas.
It means Kālidāsa had such faith in the Vaishnavas.
He would plan how to get their uchishta, their remnants of prasada.
He would plan how to get their uchishta, their remnants of their prasad. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Lila, chapter 16, text 10.
ব্রাহ্মণ বৈষ্ণব যত ছোট বড় হয়, উত্তম বস্তু ভেট লইয়া তার ঠাই যায়।
He would go to all the Vaishnavas born in the Brahmana families, be they neophyte or advanced devotees, and present them with gifts of first-class edibles.
Kālidāsa would not discriminate that Vaishnava is from a rich family or poor family. He would try to get the remnants from all Vaishnavas.
So Kalidasa, he would not discriminate a Vaishnava of a rich family or a poor family. He would try to get the remnants of all the Vaishnavas. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya Lila, chapter 16, text 11.
তারো ঠাই শেষ পাত্র লয়ন মাগিয়া কাহা না পাই তবে রহে লুকাইয়া
He would beg remnants of food from such Vaishnavas, and if he did not receive any, he would hide. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya Lila, chapter 16, text 12.
ভোজন করিলে পাত্র ফেলাইয়া যায় লুকাইয়া সেই পাত্র আনি চাটি খায়
After the Vaishnavas finished eating, they would throw away their leaf dishes, and Kalidasa would come out of hiding, take the leaves, and lick up the remnants.
So, Kālidāsa had such faith in Vaishnavas
So Kalidasa had such faith in Vaishnavas
that if he couldn't get them to give him the remnants,
that if he couldn't get them to give him their remnants,
then he would hide and do this tactic to get the remnants.
then he would hide and do this tactic to get their remnants. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya Lila, chapter 16, text 13.
কালিদাসের বৈষ্ণবে জাতি বুদ্ধি রহিত শূদ্র বৈষ্ণবর ঘরে যাই ভেট লইয়া এই মত তার উচ্ছিষ্ট খাই লুকাইয়া
He would also take gifts to the homes of Vaishnavas born in Sudra families. Then he would hide and in this manner eat the remnants of food they threw away.
So he didn't discriminate a Brahma Vaishnava, Sudra Vaishnava. Vaishnava was only qualification he would see.
So he didn't discriminate a Brahman Vaishnava, a Sudra Vaishnava. A Vaishnava was the only qualification he would see. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya Lila, chapter 16, text 14.
কালিদাস ও ঝড়ু ঠাকুরের বৃত্তান্ত ভুইমালি জাতি বৈষ্ণব ঝরু তার নাম আম্র ফল লইয়া তো দেহ গেলা তার স্থান
There was a great Vaishnava named Jhaḍu Ṭhākura, who belonged to the Bunimali caste. Kālidāsa went to his home taking mangoes with him. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur remarks, both Kālidāsa and Jhadu Thakura are worshipped at a place called Shripata Bhati in the village known as Bedo or Baduya. This village is situated about 3 miles south of the village of Krishnapura, the birthplace of Raghunath Das Goswami, which is about 1 mile west of the Bandel junction of the Bardwan line. A post office is there named Devananda Pura. Jhadu Thakura used to worship the deity of Sri Madan Gopal. The deity is still worshipped by one Rama Prasada Das, who belongs to the Ramayat community. It is said that the deity worshipped by Kalidasa had been worshipped until recently in the village of Shankha on the bank of the Saraswati river. But the deity was taken away by a gentleman named Matilala Chattopadhyaya from the village of Triveni. The deity is now being worshipped at his place.
So, near Adi Saptagram, by the Saraswati River, at the birthplace of Raghunath Swami.
So near Adi Sapta, what's the first place called? Near Adi Saptagram, near the river, is the birthplace of Raghunath Das.
As it said, about 3 kilometers south.
As it said, it's about 3 kilometers south.
So, this place is famous for having Lord Nityananda preach there and make many Vaishnavas.
So this place is famous for having Lord Nityananda preach there and make many Vaishnavas. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ancha Lila, chapter 16, text 15.
आम्रो भेटो दिया तार चरण बंदिला तारो पत्नी रे तबे नमस्कारो कइला
Kālidāsa presented the mangoes to Jhadu Thakura and offered him respectful obeisances. Then he also offered respectful obeisances to the Thakura's wife. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ancha Lila, chapter 16, text 16.
পত্নী সহিত তোহে আছেন বসিয়া বহু সম্মান কইলা কালিদাসেরও দেখিয়া
When Kalidasa went to Jhadu Thakura, he saw that saintly person sitting with his wife. As soon as Jhadu Thakura saw Kalidasa, he likewise offered his respectful obeisances unto him. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ancha Lila, chapter 16, text 17.
ইষ্ট গোষ্ঠী কতক্ষণ করি তার শনে ঝরু ঠাকুর কহে তারে মধুর বচনে
After a discussion with Kalidasa that lasted for some time, Jhadu Thakura spoke the following sweet words. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ancha Lila, chapter 16, text 18.
আমি নিচ জাতি ঝাড়ু ঠাকুরের দৈন্য মূল্যে বঞ্চন চেষ্টা ও অমানিত্য মানদত্ত আমি নিজ জাতি তুমি অতিথি সর্বোত্তম কোন প্রকারে করিমু আমি তোমারও সেবন
I belong to a low caste, and you are a very respectable guest. How shall I serve you?
Jhadu Thakura, he was a permanent locus, and he was expressing this humbly to his guest.
So Jhadu Ṭhākura, he was from a low caste, and he was expressing this to his guest, Kalidasa.
But actually, Jhadu Thakura was a great Vaishnava.
But actually, Jhadu Ṭhākura was a great Vaishnava.
That's what Kalidāsa respected about him.
And that's what Kalidasa respected about him. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ancha Lila, chapter 16, text 19.
আজ্ঞা দেহ ব্রাহ্মণ ঘরে অন্ন লইয়া দিয়ে তাহা তুমি প্রসাদ পাও তবে আমি জিয়ে
If you will permit me, I shall send some food to a Brahmana's house, and there you may take prasadam. If you do so, I shall then live comfortably.
So, prasadam at a Brahman's house may be more respectable.
So taking prasadam at a Brahman's house may be more respectable.
Jhaḍu Ṭhākura was suggesting this.
And Jhadu Thakura was suggesting this. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Lila, chapter 16, text 20.
কালিদাসের দৈনক্তি ও বৈষ্ণবে জাতি বুদ্ধি রহিত। কালিদাস কহে ঠাকুর কৃপা কর মোরে, তোমারও দর্শনে আইনু মই পতিত পামরে।
Kālidāsa replied, "My dear sir, please bestow your mercy upon me. I have come to see you, although I am very fallen and sinful."
Kalidasa, he was humble and he didn't have any caste consciousness.
So Kālidāsa, he was humble and he didn't have any caste consciousness.
He respected all the Vaishnavas.
He respected all the Vaishnavas.
And so he presented himself as very fallen and wanted the mercy of Jhadu Thakura.
And he presented himself as very fallen and wanted the mercy of Jhadu Thakura. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Lila, chapter 16, text 21.
পবিত্র হইনি মুই পাইনু দর্শন, কৃতার্থ হইনু মোর সফল জীবন।
Simply by seeing you, I have become purified. I am very much obligated to you, for my life is now successful.
So Kalidasa, he was praising Jhadu Thakura. Simply by seeing him, he got purified.
So Kālidāsa, he was praising Jhadu Thakura. Simply by seeing him, he got purified. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Lila, chapter 16, text 22.
এক বাঞ্ছা হয় যদি কৃপা করি করো, পাদ রজ দেহ পাদ মোর মাথে ধরো।
My dear sir, I have one desire. Please be merciful to me by kindly placing your feet upon my head so that the dust on your feet may touch it.
Kalidasa, he respected Jhadu Thakura as a Vaishnava and wanted the dust from his lotus feet.
Kālidāsa, he respected Jhadu Thakura as a Vaishnava and wanted the dust from his lotus feet. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Lila, chapter 16, text 23.
অমানি মানদ ঝাড়ু ঠাকুরের দৈনক্তি। ঠাকুর কহে ওইসে বাত কহিতে না জোয়াই, আমি নিচ জাতি তুমি সুসজ্জন রাই।
Jhadu Thakura replied, "It does not befit you to ask this of me. I belong to a very low caste family, whereas you are a respectable rich gentleman."
Jhadu Thakura, he was humbling himself.
So Jhadu Thakura, he was humbling himself.
And he protested that what you're asking is not appropriate for me to give.
And he is protesting, what you are asking is not appropriate for me to give. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Lila, chapter 16, text 24.
ঝাড়ু ঠাকুরের নিকট কালিদাসের বৈষ্ণব মহত্বসূচক শ্লোক পাঠ। তবে কালিদাস শ্লোক পড়ি শুনাইল, শুনি ঝাড়ু ঠাকুর বড় সুখ হইল।
Kālidāsa then recited some verses which Jhadu Thakura was very happy to hear. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Lila, chapter 16, text 25.
হরিভক্তি বিলাসের 10:91।
Translation to the verse. Even though one is a very learned scholar in Sanskrit literature, if he is not engaged in pure devotional service, he is not accepted as my devotee. But if someone born in a family of dog eaters is a pure devotee with no motive for enjoyment, through fruitive activity or mental speculation, he is very dear to me. All respect should be given to him, and whatever he offers should be accepted, for such devotees are indeed as worshipable as I am. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. This verse, spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is found in the Hari Bhakti Vilas.
Krishna is explaining how the real qualification is the pure devotional service.
So Krishna is explaining how the real qualification is pure devotional service.
So, Kalidāsa was glorifying Jhaḍu Ṭhākura because he was a pure devotee.
So Kālidāsa was glorifying Jhadu Thakura because he was a pure devotee. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Lila, chapter 16, text 26.
শ্রীমদ্ ভগবতের ৭, ৯, ১০।
Translation to the verse. A person may be born in a Brahmana family and have all 12 Brahminical qualities, but if in spite of being qualified, he is not devoted to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, who has a navel shaped like a lotus, he is not as good as a Chandala who has dedicated his mind, words, activities, wealth, and life to the service of the Lord. Simply to take birth in a Brahmana family or to have Brahminical qualities is not sufficient. One must become a pure devotee of the Lord. If a Swapacha or Chandala is a devotee, he delivers not only himself but his whole family, whereas a Brahmana who is not a devotee but simply has Brahminical qualifications cannot even purify himself, what to speak of his family. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. This and the following verse are quoted from Srimad Bhagavatam 7.9.10 and 3.33.7. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Anjalila, chapter 16, text 27.
শ্রীমদ্ ভগবতের ৩য় অধ্যায় ৩৩ নম্বর চ্যাপ্টার ৭ নম্বর শ্লোকে।
Translation to the verse. My dear Lord, anyone who always keeps your holy name on his tongue is greater than an initiated Brahmana. Although he may be born in a family of dog eaters, and therefore, by material calculations, be the lowest of men, he is glorious nevertheless. That is the wonderful power of chanting the holy name of the Lord. One who chants the holy name is understood to have performed all kinds of austerities. He has studied all the Vedas. He has performed all the great sacrifices mentioned in the Vedas, and he has already taken his bath in all the holy places of pilgrimage. It is he who is factually the Aryan.
There was, Prabhupada was at the Arda Kumbha Mela at Prayag.
Srila Prabhupada was at the Ardha Kumbha Mela at Prayag,
And he quoted this verse.
and he quoted this verse.
How one was in devotional service had gone through all these purificatory rites.
How one in devotional service has gone through all these purificatory rites.
One of the devotees asked the question.
One of the devotees asked the question,
When I look at my life,
when I look at my life,
I don't see any of these pious activities.
I don't see any of these pious activities.
So how did I get to devotional service?
So how did I get to devotional service?
So then Prabhupada said, I made your good fortune for you.
So Srila Prabhupada said, I made your good fortune for you. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Lila, chapter 16, text 28.
কৃষ্ণ ভক্তের পদবিনির্ণয়। শুনি ঠাকুর কহে শাস্ত্র এই সত্য হয়, সেই শ্রেষ্ঠ হইছে যাতে কৃষ্ণ ভক্তি হয়।
Hearing these quotations from the revealed scripture Srimad Bhagavatam, Jhadu Ṭhākura replied, "Yes, this is true, for it is the version of Shastra. It is true. However, for one who is genuinely advanced in devotion to Krishna,
Jhadu Thakura is still presenting himself very humbly.
so Jhadu Ṭhākura is still presenting himself very humbly.
And he indicating that it's true for those who are really advanced in devotional service.
He indicated that this is true for those who are really advanced in devotional service.
He's indicating that don't refer to me.
So he is indicating that that doesn't refer to me
Because of
because of
his humility.
his humility. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ancha Lila chapter 16 text 29.
কৃষ্ণ ভক্তের জড় অভিমান শূন্য অপ্রাকৃত অভিমানময় অমানিত্য ও মানদত্ত। আমি নিচ জাতি আমার নাহি কৃষ্ণ ভক্তি, অন্যে ওইসে হয় আমায় নাহি ওইসে শক্তি।
Such a position may befit others, but I do not possess such spiritual power. I belong to a lower class and have not even a pinch of devotion to Krishna. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. In his statement, Jhadu Ṭhākura presents himself as being born in a low caste family and not having the qualifications of a bona fide devotee of Lord Krishna. He accepts the statements declaring a low-born person highly exalted if he is a Vaishnava. However, he feels that these descriptions from Srimad Bhagavatam appropriately describe others, but not himself. Jhadu Ṭhākura's attitude is quite befitting a real Vaishnava, for a Vaishnava never considers himself exalted, even if he factually is. He is always meek and humble and never thinks that he is an advanced devotee. He assigns himself to a lower position, but that does not mean he is indeed low. Sanatana Goswami once said that he belonged to a low caste family, for although he was born in a Brahmana family, he had associated with Malechas and Yavanas in his service as a government minister. Similarly, Jhadu Ṭhākura presented himself as someone who belonged to a low caste, but he was actually elevated above many persons born in Brahmana families. Not only is there evidence for this in Srimad Bhagavatam, as quoted by Kalidāsa in verses 26 and 27, but there is also considerable evidence for this conclusion in other sastras. For example, in the Mahabharata Vana Parva, chapter 177, verse 20, it is stated, translation to the verse, if someone born a Sudra possesses the characteristics of a Brahmana and someone born a Brahmana does not, that Sudra should be known as a Sudra, should not be known as a Sudra, and that Brahmana should not be known as a Brahmana. Similarly, in Vanaparva, chapter 203, verse 11 through 12, translation, if a person born in a Sudra family has developed the qualities of a Brahmana, such as Satya, truthfulness, Sama, peacefulness, Dhamma, self-control, and Arjava, simplicity, he attains the exalted position of a Brahmana. And in the Anusasana Parva, chapter 163, it is said, translation, if one is factually situated in the occupation of a Brahmana, he must be considered a Brahmana even if born in a Kshatriya or Vaishya family. O Devi, even if one is born a Sudra, if he is actually engaged in the occupation and pure behavior of a Brahmana, he becomes a Brahmana. Moreover, a Vaishya can become a Kshatriya. Therefore, neither the source of one's birth, nor his reformation, nor his education, is the criterion of a Brahmana. The vrita or occupation is the real standard by which one is known as a Brahmana. We have seen that a person who is not the son of a doctor and has not attended a medical college is sometimes able to practice medicine. By practical knowledge of how to perform a surgical operation, how to mix medicine, and how to give certain medicines for certain diseases, a person can receive a certificate and be registered as a medical practitioner in the practical field. He can do a medical man's work and be known as a doctor. Although qualified medical men may consider him a quack, the government will recognize his work. Especially in India, there are many such doctors who perform their medical services perfectly. They are accepted even by the government. Similarly, if one is engaged in Brahminical service or occupational duties, he must be considered a Brahmana despite the family in which he is born. That is the verdict of all the Shastras. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 7.11.35, it is said, translation, this is a statement by Narada Muni to Maharaj Yudhishthir, wherein Narada says that the symptoms of a Brahmana, Kshatriya, and Vaishya are all described in the Shastra. Therefore, if one is found exhibiting the symptoms and qualities of a Brahmana, Kshatriya, or Vaishya, and serving in a Brahminical, Kshatriya, or Vaishya occupation, even if he is not born a Brahmana, Kshatriya, or Vaishya, he should be considered such according to his qualifications and occupation. Similarly, in the Padma Purana, it is said, translation, a devotee should never be considered a Shudra. All the devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead should be recognized as Bhagavatas. If one is not a devotee of Lord Krishna, however, even if born in a Brahmana, Kshatriya, or Vaishya family, he should be considered a Sudra. In the Padma Purana, it is also said, translation, if a person born in a Brahmana family is an Avaishnava, a non-devotee, one should not see his face, exactly as one should not look upon the face of a Chandala or dog eater. However, a Vaishnava found in Varnas other than Brahmana can purify all the three worlds. The Padma Purana further says, translation, one who considers a devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead who was born in a family of Sudras, Nishadas, or Chandalas to belong to that particular caste certainly goes to hell. A Brahmana must be a Vaishnava and a learned scholar. Therefore, in India, it is customary to address a Brahmana as Pandit. Without knowledge of Brahman, one cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, a Vaishnava is already a Brahmana, whereas a Brahmana may become a Vaishnava. In the Garuda Purana, it is said, translation, even if one is born a Malecha, if he becomes a devotee, he is to be considered the best of the Brahmanas and a learned Pandit. Similarly, in the Tattva Sagara, it says, translation, as bell metal is turned to gold when mixed with mercury in an alchemical process, so one who is properly trained and initiated by a bona fide spiritual master becomes a Brahmana immediately. All this evidence found in the revealed scriptures proves that according to the Vedic version, a Vaishnava is never to be considered an a-Brahmana or non-Brahmana. A Vaishnava should not to belong to a lower caste, even if born in a Malecha or Yavana family, because he has become a devotee of Lord Krishna. He has become purified and has attained the stage of Brahmana. Dvija tvam jayate narinam.
So these verses from the revealed scriptures
So these verses from the revealed scriptures
establish that the most important thing is to be a devotee of the Lord.
that the most important thing is to be a devotee of the Lord.
And one is a devotee, then automatically he's a Brahmana, he's a ruler, everyone.
If one is a devotee, then he is automatically a brahmana. He can deliver everyone.
If one in the Brahmin family and has all Brahmin qualities, but not a devotee.
If one is born in a brahmana family and has all the Brahmin qualities, but is not a devotee
Krishna,
of Krishna,
then he cannot deliver himself what to speak of his family or anybody else.
he cannot deliver himself what to speak of his family or anybody else.
So what we're trying to do is encourage people to become devotees of Krishna.
So what we are trying to do is encourage people to become devotees of Krishna.
That is what is the most important thing.
That is what is the most important thing. Radhaju. Guru Maharaj will take a short break. Chi Chaitanya Charitamrita Anchal Lila, chapter 16, text 30.
মানদ ঝাড়ু ঠাকুরের কালিদাসা অনুব্রজ্জা সগৃহে প্রত্যাবর্তন। তারে নমস্কারী কালিদাস বিদায় মাগিলা, ঝাড়ু ঠাকুরের তবে না তার অনুব্রজি আইলা।
Kalidāsa again offered his obeisances to Jhadu Ṭhākura and asked his permission to go. The saint Jhadu Thakura followed him as he left.
মানদ ঝাড়ু ঠাকুর
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Kalidāsa, he respected Jhaḍu Ṭhākura as an exalted Vaishnava.
So Kālidāsa, he respected Jhadu Thakura as an exalted Vaishnava
And offered him obeisances.
and offered him obeisances.
But Jhaḍu Ṭhākura followed Kālidāsa.
But Jhadu Thakura followed Kālidāsa.
So how Kālidāsa get the Mahaprasad from Jhaḍu Ṭhākura?
So how will Kālidāsa get the Mahaprasad from Jhadu Thakura?
Kālidāsa desires of prasad, but Jhaḍu Ṭhākura is so humble that he's avoiding.
Kālidāsa desires the Mahaprasad, but Jhaḍu Ṭhākura is so humble, he's avoiding. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Anjalila, chapter 16, text 31.
তারে বিদায় দিয়া ঠাকুর যদি ঘরে আইল, তারও চরণ চিহ্ন যেই ঠাই পড়িল।
After bidding farewell to Kālidāsa, Jhadu Thakura returned to his home, leaving the marks of his feet plainly visible in many places. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Anjalila, chapter 16, text 32.
কালিদাসের প্রত্যাবর্তন পূর্বক স্বীয় সর্বাঙ্গে বৈষ্ণব জ্ঞানে ঝাড়ু ঠাকুরের ধুনিকলা মিক্ষণ, সেই ধুলি লইয়া কালিদাস সর্বাঙ্গে লেপিলা, তার নিকট এক স্থানে লুকাইয়া রহিলা।
Kālidāsa smeared the dust from those footprints all over his body. Then he hid in a place near Jhadu Thakura's home.
So Kalidasa, he had not respect of Vaishnavas, and he took the footprints of Jhadu Thakura in the dust.
So Kālidāsa had much respect for Vaishnavas, so he took the dust from the footprints of Jhadu Thakura
Smear it all over his body.
and smeared it all over his body.
And he hid near the house of Jhadu Thakura.
And he hid near the house of Jhadu Thakura.
He was very clever that he gave Jhadu Thakura mango,
He was very clever that he gave Jhadu Thakura mango,
because mango has a seed.
because mango has a seed.
You don't eat the seed.
You cannot eat the seed.
So if you throw the seed away, Jhadu Thakura could suck the seed.
So if you throw this,
Kalidasa could suck the seed.
so if you throw the seed away, then Kālidāsa could suck the seed.
This was his strategy,
So this was his strategy,
as far as I know.
as far as I know.
Chapter ends here.
Of course, the chapter ends here. Thus ends the chapter entitled Kālidāsa smears the dust from the footprints of Jhadu Thakura all over his body. Under the section, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tastes nectar from the lips of Lord Sri Krishna. Shh.
Time always flies.
Time always flies.
Any questions?
Any questions? Raise your hand, please.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj, please accept my respectful obeisances. Guru Maharaj, you were talking about the remnants. Yeah, is the remnants is only a disciple allowed to take a guru's remnants, or everybody is allowed to take Guru Maharaj?
Normally, a Vaishnava is not supposed to leave remnants,
Normally, a Vaishnava is not supposed to leave remnants,
but a guru may leave some remnant for disciples.
but a guru may leave some remnants for the disciples.
but with no hard and fast rule regarding Mahaprasad.
But there are no hard and fast rule regarding Mahaprasad.
Uh, so Prabhupada gave a gulab jamun to Tamal Goswami.
Srila Prabhupada gave a gulab jamun to Tamal Goswami.
He kept it on his plate.
And he kept it on his plate. He was looking at it.
He was very proud. Got Prabhupada took gulab jamun. Wow! Wow!
He was very
Wow!
He was very proud. He was looking at it. He was thinking, I got Srila Prabhupada's gulab jamun. Wow, wow, gulab jamun. Wow.
And someone reached over and ate it.
Someone reached over and ate it.
You took my gulab jamun.
You took my gulab jamun.
And Tamal was very angry.
Tamal Krishna was very angry.
Prabhupada, he said, actually, there are no rules when it comes to Mahaprasad.
And Srila Prabhupada said, actually, there are no rules when it comes to Mahaprasad.
And even if you take from my plate, what I can do.
If someone takes from your plate, what can I do?
But please let me finish.
Oh, if you take from my plate, what can I do? But please let me finish.
Oh, okay. Hare Krishna, dear Guru Maharaj, please accept please accept my respectful obeisances. Guru Maharaj, there are many temples in India like Jagannath Puri that they don't allow white people to go into the temple because we're chandalas and malachas, like the verse said. So how can we change the mindset?
And the temples connected to Jhaḍu Ṭhākura have this restriction.
I mean, only Jagannath Puri and other temples connected to Jagannath Puri have this restriction.
Some devotees have gone and opened up the other temples.
Some devotees have gone and opened up the other temples.
And some temples, like in Guru Vayur, you have to officially accept Hinduism.
In some temples like Guru Vayur, you have to officially accept Hinduism.
You go to Kālidāsa, pay 35 rupees.
You go to Calicut, you do a yagya, pay 35 rupees.
You know, certificate.
And then you get the certificate.
I didn't do the yoga, but someone got me a certificate.
I didn't do the yagya, but someone got me the certificate.
I never needed it because I had already gone to Guru Vayur many times.
But I didn't need it because I had already gone to Guru Vayur many times.
And like the Shiva and Varanasi, the Vishwanath deity,
So like, Shiva and Varanasi, the Vishwanath deity,
he allows everyone.
he allows everyone.
Generally, devotees are allowed to go,
So generally devotees are allowed to go,
except Jhaḍu Ṭhākura and Sakshi Gopal.
except Jagannath Puri and Shakshi Gopal, etc.
Actually, in 1970, I had darshan of Sakshi Gopal.
Actually, in 1970, I had darshan of Shakshi Gopal.
Since then, they're more strict.
But since then, they're more strict.
Prabhupada asked me to somehow get permission from devotees to enter.
Prabhupada asked me to somehow get permission from the devotees to enter, for the devotees to enter.
But not been able to do so as yet.
But I have not been able to do so as yet.
We're trying.
We are trying.
And we've given some gifts, some books,
We've given some gifts, the books,
and see the king of Puri, the hereditary king. The king. He said to go to the Shankaracharya.
So the king of Puri, the hereditary king, he said to go to the Shankaracharya.
And he is the final authority.
He said he is the final authority.
And the Brahmins don't listen to him because he's a Kshatriya.
But the Brahmins don't listen to him because the king is. The Brahmins don't listen to him, the king, because he is a Kshatriya.
But right now, the Shankaracharya Puri is not favorable to devotees.
But right now, the Shankaracharya is not and Puri is not favorable to the devotees.
His junior is a bit more favorable.
But his junior is a bit more favorable.
His previous Acharya, Shankaracharya, I went to him in the 1970s to try to get his permission.
So his previous Shankaracharya, I went to him and tried to get this permission.
And he said, oh yes, boil 1 kilo of ghee and drink it.
He said, yes, you boil 1 kilo of ghee and drink it.
I'll die.
And I said, I'll die.
Yeah, well, you'll be born again as Hindu.
Yeah, but then you'll be born again as Hindu. And then they'll let you into the temple.
Huh?
Swami was saying maybe he drank it last life.
All right. We're working on it.
Anyways, we are working on it.
Many places connected to Lord Chaitanya and Jagannath Puri.
There are many places connected to Lord Chaitanya and Jagannath Puri.
In Tirupati, the devotees of our temple arranged, and you can go.
In Tirupati, the devotees from our temple arranged that you can go.
But otherwise, if someone comes and wants to land, then they have to sign a declaration and they accept Balaji as God.
But otherwise, if someone comes and wants to go in, then they have to sign a declaration that Balaji is God.
But for devotees, that's no problem.
But for the devotees, that's no problem.
So today is our Radha Jivan's birthday.
So today is our Radha Jivan Prabhu's birthday. Jai Hare Krishna. Can sit down. It's better because the class is in. Huh? Radha Jivan Prabhu, he is born in year 2000. Haribol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribol.
So, like in the class, it was mentioned, or Guru Maharaj mentioned that at the Kumbh Mela, one devotee asked Prabhupada why he became a devotee despite him not having any good qualities. Prabhupada said that Prabhupada gave his good fortune to this devotee, and that's why he became a devotee. So in the same way, in the similar light, only by Guru Maharaj's good fortune that I'm actually here today. So I will take this opportunity to ask blessings from the devotees and ask that I can always stay in the mood of trying to please the Vaishnavas, Guru, and Krishna. So, also, I'll take the opportunity to say that it's Sarvajai Madhava's Prabhu's birthday tomorrow. So, he's going to Michigan with all of us. So, he's turning 50. So I think he should actually be the one up here being glorified the most. He's making a huge sacrifice for all of the devotees here and for Guru Maharaj, his family as well. So, Haribol. Thank you so much.
So Guru Maharaj is asking everybody, please come take a blessing from Lord Jagannath's transcendental toothbrush. Haribol. His name?
And his 20th anniversary.
20th wedding anniversary. Hare Krishna. So men on this side, ladies on this side, please come forward.
She took this cookies to distribute blessings. Haribol.
You did not upload that picture. Which one? On the Akshaya Tritiya day, when Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj came to all the pictures.
Okay.
That one picture, please.
I'll upload.
Sorry, I always ask you.
No problem.